Good morning. The purpose of this video is to show you how I shave every day. That's a lie, I don't shave every day, as you can probably see. But my normal shave that I do when I want a really smooth shave and I don't want to take too long over it. The problem I find with using a straight razor is that although it gives a really close shave and it really takes all that dead skin off your face that the cartridge razor tends to miss, is that it takes me a very long time because I find myself having to do tiny little strokes to get all the hair off to make it smooth, and then my face hurts afterwards. And a lot of people will say that's because my razor isn't sharp enough, and they're probably right. So there. What I normally do is I start with a cartridge razor. This is Gillette Mach 3. The downside of these is that the blades are really expensive. I combat that by using the blades for a really long time. This blade is about a year old. And in fact I've never actually bought any blades for this because when I was at university my housemate left a lot of blades and I'm still using them now. So thanks Pete if you're watching. The other thing I'm going to be using is a straight razor. This is a cheapie that I bought on eBay for about £6. It was blunt when I got it, so I had to sharpen it up a bit, which I will probably go into in a different video. And you're probably wondering what I'm going to put on my face. Lots of people say you should use soap and shaving foam. I don't really like either of those things because I find they dry my face out and they make a mess and they make it hard for me to see when I'm shaving. So I'm going to be using olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. It's also available in virgin olive oil. Oh, hello. Do you want to be on the video? I was saying that the olive oil is available in extra virgin, virgin, technical virgin and probably a prostitute flavour. It doesn't really matter what type of olive oil you buy, the only difference between the different grades is the flavour. Olive oil geeks will tell you that there's some other differences, but they're lying. What I'm going to do is dampen my hands. I'm going to dampen my face. This is a bit awkward because I don't normally shave here, but it was the only place I could really get the camera set up with a window. It's a good idea to do it when you get out of the shower because you find that your facial hair is a lot softer then, but I'm just going to wet it with warm water. Put a little tiny bit of olive oil, probably not as much as I just used on your hands, and then massage it into your stubble. I like to go all over. I don't do my sideburns, I'm not going to shave them, but the bits of my face that I'm not shaving, or I'm not trying to get any hair off, I'm going to do those as well, because it's nice. Then what I do is I wash my hands, because I don't want slippery hands when I'm holding my razor. So we're going to start with the Mach 3. And my hair goes in funny directions, it's all swirly round and it's mostly pointing out that way. So I normally start with an upward pass on under my chin and then a downward pass on my face. You can see how much easier it is to see what you're doing with the olive oil instead of shaving foam because it doesn't cover everything up. This is the painful bit if you haven't wetted your hair down properly. Like I haven't. If I haven't got much stubble, I mean this is about 4 days worth of stubble, but if I haven't got much stubble I'll just use the straight razor. I won't bother using the Mach 3 because the Mach 3 is only really something that I use for quickly getting rid of long stubble. I'm now doing a second pass on my neck and on my face. I sometimes catch that mole on my cheek. It used to be a lot bigger, but I shaved it off. Don't worry if you can't get in right under your nose with a cartridge razor because you'll be able to do that bit with the straight. So without applying any more oil to my face, I'm going to take my straight razor, which I've stropped. I find I need to strop this one every time I shave, and then it's usually good for the whole shave. I normally start with a downward pass on my face and then same on my chin, on my neck actually. And if you look at your razor, this is pretty gross, but you can see that it's taking off a sort of creamy scum of olive oil and skin, along with any hairs that you missed. How am I holding it? A lot of people hold it in different ways. I tend to hold it more or less like this. This is technically wrong, I expect. And then sometimes I move my finger up and down the back of the blade. Also, I tilt it and get my thumb under the blade like that. And you're trying to get it at quite a shallow angle so you can really get right down to the base of the hairs. Yeah, that's me shaving my nose, just really gently. It's pretty easy to slice yourself, but the skin's actually quite thick, so a lot of the time you'll slice off a flap of skin, but it won't really bleed or anything. This patch here is the real bit where I'm sure to cut myself because all the hair twists around and is growing sort of up that way. But if I'm careful, it's usually okay. If I've done a good job with Mach 3, this is fine. Yep, that's okay. That's actually okay. It sounds a lot worse than it is. And we're done. Very important, if you're going to want to be using your razors for a long time, it's really important to dry them really carefully with a bit of tissue. If you've got a cartridge razor with several blades, just poke something in between the blades and get all the bits of crap out from in between. Straight razors are a lot easier to clean, just wipe it over with a tissue. If it's oily, that's fine, that'll help protect it a little bit longer. Let them both dry before you put them away in their cases or whatever. Obviously the final step is rinse all this crap off your face. Your skin might be a bit oily, don't wash it. The oil will just soak in and it'll be fine. That's all. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, what I also like to do sometimes is just do my forehead and just get all the skin off. And let's separate that unibrow as well while we're at it.